Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building as always, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling at work right now, man. Just enjoying my break back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We well into the 1900 mark, man. We still on the road to 2K. Shout out to the Nation and the Mob for making this possible. All right, y'all, let's talk about Ryan Garcia and exactly what's been going on with him, man. He happens to be one of the hottest topics currently in boxing right now. You know what I'm saying? Some for good reason, some for bad reason, man. But as of lately, unfortunately, it's more about the bad reasons, man. Now, Ryan Garcia, you know, one thing I'm going to respect about Ryan Garcia in all honesty is since these accusations of him being caught on PEDs, he hasn't really stayed quiet. You know what I mean? We've seen a lot of people, you know, hush their mouth, you know what I mean, not really speak out, give it some time, and then they'll speak out afterwards and stuff like that. You see what I mean? But Ryan Garcia has been speaking consistently since then, and he doesn't seem to be fazed by the rumors at all. He claims his innocence. You know what I mean? He claims he's being set up. He's doing defamation lawsuits. New York State Athletic Commission, the head of it, just resigned, and he's saying that that's not a coincidence and shit like that. So he's been on he's been on social media talking, and he's really rocking with the idea of him being innocent. You see what I mean? But let's talk about an interview that he had done recently, because a lot of people were laughing at this. A lot of people were saying that, damn, he didn't really take Devin Haney seriously. But this is an eye-opener for me, in all honesty. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because I'm involved with the sport, or I'm just more aware of things than other people. But let's really get into it, man. Shout out to the podcast. I don't remember the name, man. But if y'all remember the podcast, just leave it in the comments below for me. And he was speaking about how he was high for days going into the Devin Haney fight. You know what I mean? Now, this isn't something that's necessarily a surprise, because he literally has videos of him smoking weed and stuff like that, and drinking and partying or whatever. So that's not really the surprise with me. But for somebody who's claiming so much innocence in terms of, you know, not being a drug cheat and stuff like that, I feel like the marijuana use is just him further confessing that he might have had something in his system. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he tested positive for marijuana. I'm aware of what he tested positive for, and that's ostrine. You know what I mean? More recently, they just claimed that, you know, that second substance, nandrolone, in his body, that's thrown out of the way. So he still has to prove his innocence for the ostrine. You see what I mean? But, you know, with marijuana, I don't know if you guys really know this stuff at all. You know what I mean? I spoke about it on my Instagram yesterday. But do you guys know that marijuana can be used as a masking agent for other drugs? You see what I mean? Now, when people say that, they're like, oh, come on, man. Oh, Mark, man, you reaching with this one. Okay, cool. So, do y'all remember a few years back when Mayweather fought Pacquiao? And, you know, there was a lot of these articles coming out saying that Floyd Mayweather was using performance enhancement drugs because he got a saline IV and stuff like that. And saline can be used as a masking agent for performance enhancement drugs. Do y'all remember that? And how many people was coming out saying that Floyd Mayweather was a cheater as a result of this? But in reality, Floyd Mayweather was dehydrated, got an exemption from the Nevada State Athletic Commission to get the IV, you know what I mean? So he could hydrate himself. You know what I mean? When you're dehydrated to a certain point, I know this personally due to, you know, having severe cases of dehydration, that you cannot fill your bloodstream with water, because you can drown and pass away as a result of it. So what do? They put saline in your bloodstream, you know what I mean, so it can rehydrate you properly and send you about your way. That's what happened with Floyd Mayweather. But I guess since it was Floyd, you know what I mean, people were jumping out the window and assuming that he was on performance enhancement drugs just because he got an IV. You know what I mean? Even though it was, you know, permissible, you know what I mean, they allowed it to happen. I don't know if permissible is the word, but let's just say he was granted the opportunity to get the IV going into the Manny Pacquiao fight. You know what I mean? That's all that's really known. But for some reason, people jumped out of the window and assumed because he was taking that IV that he was on some sort of performance enhancement drugs. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia has tested positive for a performance enhancement drug and has confessed to smoking marijuana consistently in the lead up to the fight with Devin Haney. Why? Why do you need marijuana so bad? You know what I mean? I don't recall you ever being at a point in time in your career where you were using marijuana the entire time leading into a fight. What is your obsession with smoking weed so often when you have to lock in for a fight? You know what I mean? I'm not really understanding that. You see what I mean? And with marijuana being a masking agent and it being able to, you know, cover your tracks in terms of having performance enhancement drugs in your bloodstream, now I'm getting even more suspicious. I don't know how anybody else feels about it. You know, there's a lot of people on the Ryan Garcia bandwagon that genuinely believe that he was set up by the Haneys, Victor Conti, and Snack, whatever the hell you want to call it. But you know what I mean? I'm going to call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? the reality of the situation is this. He tests positive for Osterine, right? They still have to do that B sample. We won't get another word from those test results, you know what I mean, as far out as 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So that's a whole month and a half. We're going to have to wait to see if Ryan Garcia is innocent or not. You see what I mean? They say that it's rare, extremely rare if the B sample comes out different than the A sample. So there's that. You know what I'm saying? So people could say that he was just having fun smoking weed or whatever, but I don't really see the reason why Ryan Garcia feels the need to smoke weed so bad going into a fight. You know what I mean? Is this motherfucker Snoop Dogg? Is he Wiz Khalifa? I don't really understand what's his I don't understand what's his angle of habitually using recreational drugs going into a fight. You know what I mean? I never heard of Ryan Garcia doing this. He admitted in the going into the Tank Davis fight that he had drank beer the week of the fight and stuff like that, but never recalled marijuana. You see what I mean? So now going into the Devin Haney fight, you know what I mean? You having trouble cutting weight. You using dietary supplements, which I'm under the belief that you use dietary supplements in order to get some type of weight off. You understood that it was a banned substance in your system, so you use marijuana to try to cover up the fact that you were using performance enhancement drugs. You know what I'm saying? That makes a lot more sense to me rather than, you know, VADA going out of their way to take some type of bribes or anything from the Haney family or Victor Conte or anything like that in order to make you look bad. You see what I mean? I honestly believe that if they were really going out of their way to make you look bad, then they would have put out the results right away. You know what I'm saying? I think that they would have said that you, like, if they were really looking to destroy Ryan Garcia in any type of way, they probably would have put out the results before the fucking fight even happened, or announced that he was positive for a drug before the fight even happened. You know what I mean? I think it's a little bit of paranoia on Ryan Garcia's part. I don't think he's being set up at all, because if there was a situation where he was being set up, you know what I'm saying, that, and he knows that VADA is so corrupt, then who's to say that Canelo didn't get set up? Who's to say that Billy Joe Saunders didn't get caught up? How about Tyson Fury? How about Oscar Valdez? How about Julio Cesar Martinez? What makes you so special that you're the only one that seems to be corrupted by the voluntary anti-doping agency? You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand that. I just think that Ryan Garcia was using a performance enhancement drugs to get a shortcut, you know what I mean, so he could be able to get this weight off a little bit easier instead of just putting in the actual work, you know what I mean, instead of actually being disciplined. Maybe he used that performance enhancer as a way to get that weight off a little bit easier, you know what I mean? He missed weight regardless, you see what I mean? But, you know, I'm still under the belief that he cheated, you know what I mean? I don't think VADA will really go out of their way to do something like that, in all honesty. And I just think that he used the weed that he was smoking and being high. Why are you high for days, though? That's what I don't understand. It's like, I understand if you probably smoking on the weekend or whatever, you'll be high for a couple hours, then you can resort back to training. Why were you so hell-bent on smoking weed that you were high consistently for days? It just seems like you doing a little bit of overcompensating on that side, and it seems like there was a method behind that madness. That's just what I personally believe, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Ryan Garcia says that he was high for days in the lead up to the Devin Haney fight. And, yeah, it's just as simple as that. So why do you think that he was doing that? Do you think that he was doing that just because he was having fun, or he was just alleviating some stress? Or was he using this more strategically so he can attempt to hide the PEDs that's in his system? You let me know in the comments below. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.